Yo, what's up to everybody? Welcome back, or welcome to the new people. If you're new around here, thank you for coming by. And today's video, like the title says, the best blue hive for Beesmas 2024. And yeah, hope y'all enjoy the video. And if y'all do, please like, subscribe, and yeah, if you like the video, then like. And if you just appreciate the vibe and everything, then please subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And yeah, thank you. And yeah, let's get started off with the video. So now let's go to the bees. And yeah, so basic bee, we have basic bee because of the 1.2 pollen, which is extra 20% pollen. Every single hive, no matter if you're mixed, white, blue, or red, you're gonna want to have a basic bee. It always helps. Not just a regular, but a gifted basic bee, cause for that extra 20% pollen. Then we have the bumblebee. The bumblebee, we have it for the blue bomb. We obviously need lots of blue bombs for the pop star. As you can see, it says every 30th blue bomb token summons a pop star, which grants 10%, whatever. But either way, you need 30 blue bomb tokens, so we need those blue bombs. You're gonna get most of them off of buoyant bees, but it's always good. And to be honest, that capacity for bigger balloons. Now this is personal preference, but I choose not to run cool bee for this thing called overfilling. So when you macro, basically sometimes you can overfill your balloons, which is not a good thing. But it's personal preference. If you want to run the cool bee, that's up to you. And yeah. Now looker bee, we have the looker bee for the critical power. Since blue isn't really that good at attacking, same thing with the focus. We need that focus to constantly have that crit chance. And yeah, so we also have a stubborn bee. The stubborn bee is for most people who macro. The reason why you want to have a stubborn bee is because sometimes your macro might not just get a token, and it might be a good token, like example, like a haze, and you really want that haze because it pollinates your flowers, obviously. So you're gonna want this for people who macro. Most of the time, you're really just gonna end up having this because of the macro, which most blue hives macro. Now for Bucklebee, the 20% blue field capacity. Now this is crucial because once again, most blue hives macro, correct? So if most blue hives macro, that means that most blue hives have buoyance. So if most blue hives have buoyance, they have balloons, and the balloons consist of what your capacity is, which is why you need to have 6x bloat and those good nectars to have a bigger capacity and have bigger balloons to make more amounts of honey, which is why we need this 20% blue field capacity for the extra capacity. Then we have Bumblebee. Bumblebee could be a personal preference. Some people can run it, some other people don't. It's all personal preference. So I personally do not run it, but if you want to run it, you can. It's all on to you. Then we have Commander Bee. Commander Bee has the critical chance. Once again, we need the attack because blue is not good at attacking at all. It's the worst attacking hive. So we obviously want that for some type of attacking. We also want it for the focus because we get an extra 30% critical chance if we stack it by what's it called, 10 times. So you obviously want that. And now we got the Frosty Bee. Frosty Bee, you want this because of the blue bomb pollen. Most of the time, you're gonna have blue bombs. So if you're trying to get a good amount of pollen within your bag, you're gonna run 1.25 blue bomb pollen from the Frosty Bee, and it has blue bomb plus, which is the main reason why we have this. Blue bomb plus is really good. Buoyant bees used to have it until they got nerfed and only have blue bomb, and it has blue boost, so it somewhat helps too. Now we go to shock bee. We do it because of the token link. Most other bees don't have the token link, so that's a reason. that we run the shock bee, and now we have the diamond bee. The diamond bee, we have it for the extra 20% convert rate. Reason why is because as a blue hive, you're constantly gonna make your honey off of balloons. And example, if you're in the middle of a boost or you're macroing, time is always gonna be crucial. So if you're taking 10 minutes to convert a 10 billion backpack, that means you can only, if you're constantly, just farming, you can only go 6 times. So you only make 60 billion. Now, if you have more convert rate and it takes you 5 minutes, you can go way more times, which would make you so much more honey, which is why we run a diamond bee for that convert rate. It really helps out a lot. Now we have music bees. I personally run 3 because I have a kazoo. We'll talk about bee quips in a few, but I personally run 3 because I have a kazoo. If you have a kazoo, you can run 3. If you don't, then you should ideally run 4. The reason why we want this is because of the melody and the token link. Once again, most of our bees as Blue Hive don't have token links, so we really need that token link, and we get focus and we get the melody. Once again, it helps out with the attack, and this just helps out overall collecting our tokens. So that's why we run 3 music bees, and if not, then we'll just run a kazoo and just run 3, and if not, then we'll just run 4 if we don't have a kazoo. Ninja bee, only reason why I run Ninja bee is because of the Blue Bomb Plus. Correct? So, the reason why, once again, it's a better version of the Blue Bomb regular. So, you want to run the Ninja bee because of the Blue Bomb Plus. It really helps out with filling your balloons, which is why you want the Blue Bomb Plus. Now, let's go to Buoyant bees. Buoyant bees all depend on the number of people you're going to macro with. So, with the Buoyant bee, you're going to want to run either 18 and 12 if you're macroing alone, or you can run 2010. Correct? Now, most of the time, I macro with people, so I run a 22-8. And obviously, you could tell I macro, I have 181 trillion, right? So, I run 22 Buoyant bees for a lot of balloons, the inflate balloons, the blue bombs, the surprise party, and everything that comes with the Buoyant bee. And that's just the main way you make honey. Quote unquote, the more Buoyant bees you have, the better it is, but you don't want to have way too much because you won't have no pop star. And pop star, you really do need it whenever you're macroing. So that's why you can either run 18, you can run 20, or you can run 22. Basically, from 18 to 22, Buoyant bees is ideal depending on the amount of people you macro with. Now we have Fuzzy bee. Fuzzy bee, we have it for the pollen haze. Why? The pollen haze, what it does, it pollinates and quote unquote makes the flowers better, which is you're always gonna want it because you get more pollen, and obviously once again to fill your balloons you need pollen. Pollen, pollen, pollen. You need the pollen to fill your balloons. So if you can get the more amount of pollen, then that's gonna be a good thing at all times. Now you don't want to overfill obviously, but you always want to fill up your balloons a good amount before they come back to your hive. I don't run a precise bee, not a red hive. Don't run spicy bees, not a red hive. Run tadpole bees, I run 8. The least amount of tadpole bees you want to run are 6. But I prefer stay around the middle, around either 6 to 12, but I like to stay around the middle, so I run 8 in case someone in the server leaves or along the lines. Now you're really gonna try to get your tadpole bees gifted for the 10% blue pollen and the bubble conversion, but more for the blue pollen. And the main reason is for the baby love. You get times 2 pollen, which is really good. But you want to run 8 tadpole bees for your pop stars. Once again, if you're alone, then you can run 6 to 8. Or if you're gonna, sorry, if you're alone, you want to run 10 to 12 tadpoles, more like 10 tadpoles, But if you're macroing with people, you can run 6 to 8, but 8 would be a better number. Now, vector bees, I don't run vector bees at all. Don't need them at all. Not a white hive, so you don't need that. So now we're on to event bees. The bear bee, always a good bee to have. It's obviously paid to win, quote unquote, but if you can have it, just add it to your hive. What's it called? Grants times 2 pollen, boost speed and jump power, and if gifted, 20% chance to transfer you into a rare bear that gives you special boosts. You're gonna want that 2x pollen, and you get 10 plus pollen as a gifted hive bonus, so it's 10% plus pollen in general. So you're gonna want it, and you're gonna want to gift it. Now, Cobalt Bee, you can run it, but most of the time, most blue hive builds are not gonna have it. Crimson Bee, you don't need it. It's a red hive bee. Digital Bee, realistically speaking, you really do not need it. As a blue hive, you need it more as a red and white hive, but for some reason I just run Digital Bee. I find it cool. For sometimes, like if I'm attacking, I'll have another what's it called? I have another spikes and all that for the vicious bee. And whenever you boost, you want to get more balloons. So this hive is more like a hybrid type of hive. So yeah. Now festive bee. Some red hives run festive bee, but you really shouldn't run it. If you're saying, oh well, what about the festive gifts? Most people run a festive bee, like mixed hives and stuff like that, so you really won't need it, and you'll just get the boost off of them. But you don't need the festive bee at all as a red hive. I mean, as a blue hive. I'm so sorry. Now gummy bee, you could use it. You don't have to use it. But me, I just use it for the extra goo, the honey per pollen, which is really effective. I mean, it's not that effective, but 5% could help a good amount. And the gumdrop barrage and the glob, just have it. It's not that bad. Or you can just replace it with another bee like buoyant bee or tadpole bee. That's up to you. Photon bee, you never want to have this bee. You might want to have it, but that's if you're overfilling. Now, in general, you don't want this bee. Why? Because it converts your backpack instant conversion. So you don't want instant conversion all the time. You want to fill most of the time. So yeah. We go to puppy bee. Puppy bee, you can really run this bee if you want to, but I wouldn't suggest it. I would just suggest it whenever you're gonna, try to level up some bees. Like I have 7,000 tickets, so example, I would put it in for like example this buoyant bee right here, right? I would put it in for this buoyant, and I would gift it. From there, you don't need it at all, so don't bother running a puppy bee if you're already a good amount of level, like the level 17 hive. So, or you could just sub it in. That's up to you. Tabby bee, I'd run it for the critical power, and yeah, it's pretty good. It helps. Once again, you need attack. So yeah, vicious bee. Most blue hives don't run vicious bee, but me personally, I run vicious bee for the blue bomb plus and the impale for the attacking. But if you don't want to, you don't have to run it. You could just replace it with the buoyant bee. That's perfectly fine with me or with you. But yeah, now the windy bee, to be honest, you don't need this bee. It's more of a negatively effective bee as a blue hive. The reason why is because whenever you have your tornado, it converts your balloons, so that really isn't a good thing. So the windy bee usually grabs your balloons and it deflates them by converting the pollen that's into the balloon into honey, which 90% of the time, not even 90, 100% of the time, you do not want that to happen. The reason why for this is because if you have 10 billion balloon, if you have a 10 billion balloon and it's at your hive, you're not gonna get 10 billion. You're gonna get probably like 20 billion, depending on your nectars and your blow and everything. It all depends. But that's why I personally would suggest you not to run Windy B, but you can on some circumstances. I wouldn't really suggest it. Now let's go to B quips. Now I don't have the best B quips, so don't take the best word off of me and don't flame me. If you can, please help me out in the comments. But yeah, I have elf caps. I run 1, 2, 3 elf caps. They help out with what's it called? With the convert rate at Hive and the convert at Hive and convert them out. You're always gonna want this in your Hive. Once again, when converting, time is crucial, so you want this to always be in your Hive. So that's why I only run 3. I run Beesmas top for the critical chance and the ability rate. So you ideally want to run it, and if you have it, and yeah, it can help out with the ability rate. I don't know why I don't have it on anything yet, but um, but yeah, the single mitten, I have it for the bomb pollen and the gather amount. Not really, but I have it more for the bomb pollen. You really don't want to run a single mitten. It's not the best thing to run. Once again, an elf cap to convert them out, to convert them out, convert them out. Once again, the pine cone, you're always gonna want a pine cone. You can only run 2 pine cones, but I promise you, run 2 pine cones. The reason why is for the convert them out. This is completely for blue. You get 15% bomb. I'm so dumb. You get 15% pine tree forest capacity, hive bonus, plus 9% pine tree pollen. So you're getting more pollen from pine tree, and you're getting more capacity. Once again, all your balloons are affected by your capacity, so you're gonna want to always have the most amount of capacity in the field that you're macroing in or you're just grinding in. The pink shades, you're gonna want this for the ability pollen, the critical power, and the critical chance. Now, I don't run a rad, a bomber, a demo, a honey, or a shy bee. You could run a bomber bee, but I really don't suggest it. But it's up to you if you want to. But if you do, you can use it on your bomber bee or your gifted bee. I run it on my gifted bee because it's the only bee I can use it on. I'm about to show you right now. There's no other bee I can use it on, so I just use it on my basic bee. Once again, a single mitten for the bomb pollen. Wouldn't really suggest it, but if you have it, I guess just run it. The Beesmas top. This one is terrible, but once again, for the ability rate and the critical chance, the ability rate is always going to be a good thing. It spawns quicker, and the critical chance, you always want the attack. So yeah, the kazoo, this is really effective. It gives you melody. All right, so you get the convert amount, which you need. You get critical power, which you also need as a blue hive, correct? So the con about it is you get negative 49% energy, so your bee is gonna be going to sleep half time before every other bee does, but you get the ability of melody, which is why I was saying you can run 4, which is ideally what you run, but since I have a kazoo, I don't run 4, I run 3. So you get the melody. So me, I have it on this buoyant bee up here. So this buoyant bee gives me melody instead of having to run another music bee. Another Beesmas top. Once again, critical chance, ability rate, and plus 6 energy. Kind of surprising. And I get plus 4 critical power. Always good. Critical power is always going to be a good thing for you. And Beesmas tree hat. Convert them out. Critical chance, bee ability rate, ability pollen. I'm sorry. Convert them out. You're gonna want to convert as fast as possible. Once again, critical chance, always good thing. Ability pollen, not really the best thing, but you get convert rate at Hive, which is the best part about it, and you get a little bit of capacity, so it also helps a bit. But instead of running so many mittens, how about we should run more Beesmas tree hats? Just haven't been able to get it, but yeah. Now let's go to mutations. So Mutations, convert them out. You're always going to want to convert them out. Once again, the amount of time that it takes for you to convert can affect the amount of honey you make an hour. Now we have convert amount, 20% convert amount. Why? Once again, the least amount of time you take is what you want. So we have gather. Haven't fixed all my mutations yet, but we have gather. We have ability rate, which is always something you're gonna want. We have convert. We have convert. We have convert. We have ability rate, convert rate, attack, 2% ability rate, convert amount, gather amount, gather amount. Basically, moral of the story, you're just gonna want to make every single bee mutated and try to make it gather amount. Lies. Try to make every single bee convert amount and a bee ability rate. Maybe if you get gather amount after a good amount of rolls, just keep your gather amount, I guess. But try to have convert rate and bee ability rate. That's the two most effective ones. You really don't want to run attack. I run attack on like 4. I really need to change it. But try to run bee ability rate, convert, and convert rate. Like plus convert rate. Like this one, let's say plus 36% convert amount, or like 14% convert amount. Either a percentage or just a number, they both help. And yeah, that's basically it for this video. I hope you appreciated it. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe. I hope it helps out. And yeah, if you have any comments or any suggestions or anything that I did wrong, please let me know in the comments. It really, really would help out for future videos that I can make, and it would help out so I could be as a YouTuber and make better content for y'all. So I greatly appreciate it, and thank you for watching. If you got all the way here, comment Tadpole B, and if not, then just comment Tide Popper. Thank you everybody who's watched this far. Hope you're having a great and fantastical day. And yeah, hope you appreciated the video and enjoyed it. And it was helpful, and yeah.